Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. New WW2 Zombies intel. We're going to be going through it today. The Z-House got a package. But before we get into that, I just quickly want to warn you guys, okay? Some bozo is doing karaoke outside my flat right now. So if you hear some wailing in the background, it's him, okay? I apologize. Nothing I can do other than get a baseball bat out and start swinging, boys. Okay, so first of all, we've got some new letters, and then we'll go to the new video, and then we'll talk about the cast a little bit as well. So, August 25th, 1943. I'm trying to keep my emotions in check. The papers that I've been waiting for just came across my desk. I've been assigned lead operative on the Mittelberg mission. Major Rideau and I will begin tactical planning in another week, and I have to remind myself not to be too effusive in my gratitude for his help. He's an interesting man, fairly unremarkable in both stature and presentation, but with a quiet drive that has helped him to move through bureaucratic channels with impressive speed. Rideau has presented me with a list of his top men from the MFAA, a collection of soldiers and academics from across the Allied spectrum. I need to form a small team, no more than 3 experts to join me, in a mission that formed around the recovery of a handful of stolen paintings, a relic from the reign of Frederick I, and, God willing, Klaus Fischer. I need to make sure that it is a team that can display flexibility and strength under duress. If even a small part of what my brother has said is true, this will not be a simple mission. My first priority will be to recruit the... is that Nazis? No. Maquis agent, maybe? I'm not sure what that word is. Can you let me know in the comments down below? Who discover the paintings being moved from Paris. Beyond that, I'll need somebody familiar with the medieval antiquities. Finally, I'll need some muscle. A soldier with experience on the front lines. I'd like to avoid bloodshed, but my instincts say we should prepare for the worst. We will need to arrive and depart without notice. I'm thinking we may take cover under the guise of a military supply train, preferably in the snowy season. The line that runs by Mittelberg should still be in service, as that section of Bavaria is benign enough to have avoided Allied shelling. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, it's enough to know that I've set things in motion to return home, to set things right, and to save my brother from whatever horrors he has uncovered. Marie. Oh boy! This is a spicy one. This is a really good journal entry because if we tap back a couple pages, in here, she's talking about the fact that she needs a team of no more than 3 plus herself. So that's a 4-person team. Someone who's an expert in the, basically, paintings themselves. Some muscle. There's obviously her, the leader of the team. So this is basically our group. And all of those characters have been confirmed now over the last couple of days. We still actually don't know who is playing Klaus, if anyone. And I think it's interesting because there's a possibility that Klaus is just gonna die, straight up. That's possible. There's also a possibility that Klaus will have been turned by the Nazis and basically be sort of a bad guy or a boss kind of enemy type thing in the map or something like that. He's also seemingly going to be the last person revealed in terms of the celebrity cast, because we've got 4 right now, I'm pretty sure, and one of them is Dr. Straub, who's a bad guy. So, actually, we might have 5 now. Anyway, we've got a bunch of celebrities, but we don't have Klaus just yet. So, that remains to be seen if we're going to be seeing him or not. Maybe they won't even announce him and then surprise us later on in the season. That would be very cool. But that is Marie's letter. There's more. If we tap through, you can see that there is a kind of bit of paper, I guess, a little sketch here that's been stuck in that doesn't really look very nice. It's quite gruesome. It's got some German on there as well that says Experiment 14B. I'm going to try and pronounce this. I don't speak German, so this is going to be terrible, but here we go. Oh god, that second word, and I'm already having trouble because it's kind of unclear. Wir brauchen Soldaten, die Verbindungen in ihren Hippopotamus sind Joghurt und machen sie daher leichter unbehutsam und behaltungsänglich, indem ich die chemischen Pattern an dienlichen Rätsel. Let's go to the next page. This is going well so far, right? It's going very well so far. Definitely the correct words here. Und ihr Tempo verbessern, meine ausgiebigen Studien der Wirkung von Schmerzmitteln auf das menschliche Biom werden bestaltigt. So, that wasn't my attempt at reading that out, sorry. But probably not very useful for you guys because it was essentially gobbledygook coming out of my mouth. However, there will be translations in the comment sections, no doubt. And the actual images are what's really interesting on here because you've got someone that's basically got their face, like, being peeled off or something. It's gruesome. It's like the face of Bo from Doctor Who. Like, that thing just does not look very nice. And then on the next part of it, you've got that face with, like, the thing in its skull. Yikes. And then the one that's, like, strung up like a puppet with stuff in its back. Now, the one thing I do need to say is that they've teased us with some other images on Twitter, and they kind of look like something is being implanted in a zombie's spine. And it kind of worries me a teeny tiny amount because, lol, exo zombies? Please no. Like, let's be very careful about the cyborg zombie influence here, Sledgehammer, because it's a slippery slope, that's for sure. However, that is not all. We also have a video, and this thing is really interesting and the main thing that I want to talk about today, okay? So, I've brightened the video up a little bit. I'm going to watch it now with you guys for the first time, and we're going to go through it, but we're going to go through it frame by frame, okay? So, we're really going to figure out if there's anything at all that's super secretive in here or hidden or whatever, okay? Without further ado, let's do this. So, I'm going to get my mouse out of the way just to make sure that that's not in your view. So, first of all, kind of flickers as the shot's coming in. Looks like there might be some bloodstains on the floor there, or that's the shadow of the person that's walking through. And they're going to kind of stutter through this corridor, it looks like. Some papers on the floor, some things on the floor as well. I don't know if they're body parts or... what are they? Can't really tell. Like, that could be a bunch of limbs for all I know. There's also this doggy bowl looking thing, and these weird chamber kind of stasis something or others in the back there. Actually, you can see one really, really clearly right in the center of the frame, and you can see that it's got something attached to the top of it as well, and there's like a panel to its side. Kind of looks like a perk machine to some extent, but at the same time, it looks like something that you would go inside. So, what's the deal with that? Are they kind of generating, like, super soldiers in these things, or what? I don't know. Very interesting, though. And, oh, you can actually see, just there, that thing in the back moves. As you kind of go back and forth on that clip, you see that moving, guys? Like, it's exposing some kind of fuses in its base, so that's really interesting. I wonder if that's something we're going to be able to interact with in the game, then, like... you install some fuses, or it goes down when it's ready to use, or something. Don't know. Cool, though. I'm glad I spotted that. Moving on, it looks like there's some kind of maybe trap switch or something with a light on it. Probably worth pointing out at least. And then this corridor really reminds me of Moon, actually. Like Tunnel 11 on Moon. Getting a real Tunnel 11 vibe, which is cool. There's also like a hook on the ceiling. And it looks like the player's camera's getting a bit shaky here. And there's one shot where you can kind of see down the corridor a bit, and there's some kind of machine at the end that very, very hard to see. And there's something on the left there as well, but again, very hard to see. And then it's going to black out by the looks of things briefly. And really shake around. What? Alexa? Pause. Okay. Let's just keep it rolling. The player is going to pause, or sorry, fall over, and boom. Final shot. Ho! Yo. Wait, is that a person? It's a zombie. I had no idea there was a zombie in this clip. Yo! That's so cool. So, looks like this is our first official look, our first properly released look at a zombie from World War II Zombies, which is really, really cool to see. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to see as well. Like, you can hardly make out any features of the damn thing. And it's just running kind of with its arms out, but it's there, which is awesome. So that's really neat. And then the video ends, I'm assuming, and that's the whole thing. So let me know what you think of that video, guys. I think I'm going to probably wrap the video up here. Obviously, if you want to check out the Z House's opening, then it's going to be linked in the description down below, just like all the other videos that I've done. But that's really cool. Thing opens up, player gets sort of knocked over or whatever, falls over, and then you see the zombie, and that's that. We got the diary entry as well, so yeah, decent update for the day. Probably going to be a very busy day tomorrow, so make sure you're subscribed for all of the updates that happen on the reveal day itself. I've been MrRoflWaffles. If you guys have enjoyed the video, then leave a like, that would be great, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.